And that's when I really started to, I think, show influence in safety. And I'll give you an example of how that looked to me and how it looked to others. I'd done a pretty good job at concealing my involvement in Piper for the first 10 years post-Piper. And if you ask people that worked beside me, I guess, who are new to the company, or that some of the people that reported to me, they weren't necessarily aware that I was a Piper Alpha survivor. And that was the same in the Step Change and Safety leadership team. And it was coming up to the 20th anniversary of Piper Alpha, 2008. And one of my work colleagues, Chris Allen, who's the HSE manager at Total at the time, was with me in a step change meeting when we were talking about what could we do of significance to reflect on Piper Alpha and the passing of 20 years. And Chris had said, why don't we get Steve to do a talk? And a couple in the room, man, I've been about 20 executives from main contractors, operators, who were all involved in step change and safety. A few of those had said, well, why would we get Steve to do a talk? And Chris turned around and said, well, because you do know Steve's a survivor of Piper Alpha. And in fact, if his involvement in step change and safety has a big bearing on what we possibly could do for Piper Alpha's 20th anniversary. And some of the individuals in that room who are very senior in our industry were almost